Yeah.
Yeah. So my only choice is to be better, to beat her,
Yeah.
because she's not going to she's not going to slip. I know who you really would like me to say, but I'm gonna tell you the truth.
We are sitting here, JB, 2022 Rookie of the Year, Rising Phoenix runner-up, Miss Olympia runner-up in her third show ever, Miss Olympia runner-up in her third show ever, 2023. Really close Rising Phoenix, Olympia top two times. Angela Yeo.
Yeah. Welcome.
What a career so
Thank you
far.
so much. Thank you for having me. It has been historical.
Yes.
Thank you.
What is in the background? Is there a birthday today or is there something cool?
Yeah, it was my birthday, July 23rd, and I kept the balloons because I like them. Yeah.
That's exactly how I did it also. I had the same a week before and I had the balloons up for 3 weeks. But anyway.
Not taking them down.
JB, before you go in some questions, I just want to ask one thing. It's very important, Angie. We are Rising Phoenix is this weekend. And I really want to know because I'm really into bodybuilding competition. And what is the difference between this Olympia and this Rising Phoenix peak week in your physique? Not the mind, but the physique.
We have, I was doing a third less cardio.
Oh.
And I'm in just as good condition. I have at least 5 more pounds body weight. And we never really removed carbs until like we did a test run and then carbs low at the very end, but I got to eat well and rested. I mean, I'm super impressed on how my body has responded this round, and I couldn't be in a better position for this. It's kind of amazing because you think you're really going to have to pull out every card every time, and it's been a different process. It's great for the balance of my body, great for mental health, and it still leaves chess pieces to move around for the next competition, but we're in a good spot. I really can't complain. It's awesome.
When you say 5 pounds, that's a lot, especially on your height. But where will you say, because you don't really need size all over, it's some small here and there. Is there any specific place you worked specifically on to put those pounds on your physique?
Oh, yeah. Well, you want the big things to get bigger and you want to keep the small things smaller. Like definitely want to keep, waist tight as always. Of course, we put a lot of effort into back training all year, glute training all year, several different rounds of arm development, which seems to be kind of stubborn for me. So we're trying a lot of different things, but always wanting to get those Margie Martin legs.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, like what I want to see, a little bit more shoulders, is exactly what, I was advised to create. So everything's on point with what I want to build and what I've been advised to work on.
So 5 pounds up and always the phenomenal. You're too conditioned that you don't even need to come as conditioned, correct?
I think conditioning is still gonna matter.
Yes,
always.
You don't need to push it more than you were at the Olympia.
In 22, I was told that's enough.
Okay.
You don't need to be any more conditioned than that. So to know that we can nail that on any given day is a pretty, it's a box we can check. So yeah.
So just one quick question before we go, JB, is that do you really feel okay with Andrea Shaw now? Everyone who wants to know is like, how is that? Do you guys have any relations at all in the off season? Do you guys text at all? Is there any positive, or is there any type of like, hey, how are you girls? Or like, is there any type of relations with you and Andrea Shaw that goes around in the off season?
I mean, I think we just have an understanding. I mean, if I ever have a question, she would definitely help me out with that. I mean, everybody's kind of busy, so it's like you just know, that you're cool. Like I don't need to be, checking in or texting to get like at some kind of confirmation that is like everything okay? Like everything is good. So whether we hear from each other or not, it's like we're both rooting for each other. So I feel like that's it's a pretty easy spot to be.
Yeah, because I saw last question, JB. I'm sorry, I'm very interested in it. So one last thing, Angie. So this year you haven't competed, Andrea haven't competed, meaning fans of women's bodybuilding, we haven't forgot about you and Andrea, but it's natural that the girls we see, they get the hype. I saw Olympia
Yes.
TV, they're starting to hype a lot. Ashley Jones, Alicione, Lavinia Burrows. Who do you see of they're not new, but the girls who are coming up now? Who do you think will be the Ella Trevino is back? Who do you think you will see first rising with you and Andrea in the top 4? Any predictions based of what you've been seeing?
I know who you really would like me to say, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have not been paying attention.
What?
I leave this up to my coach. He puts his eye out on the competition, and if there's some kind of strategy that he wants me to execute, or if something he sees out in the field that I could be doing a little bit better at, we'll pull that in. But I might leave a couple likes here and there, but I don't do a whole lot of like assessing comparisons or anything. Like I'm working on me. I'm wasting zero energy on wondering where everybody is going to be. Like that's for y'all to do. That's for the fans to do. Like I love hearing the suggestions and I love the hype. But I am just going to be like my little Zen self, and I am just going to take care of my position and my body, and just keep working on me. And what's great is that like you've got like women's bodybuilding edits, and like they'll like do like the side by side
Yes.
fantasy lineups, right? Yeah. I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen it. You love those, yeah?
Thank you. Oh man, because it's like this is our sport developing right in front of our eyes. Like I know like it's the fantasy, but it's about to happen. We're all going to be on these stages together. Like this year is going to be incredible for women's bodybuilding. So instead of just like like thinking about like who's going to be where and what, because I don't, not only do I want to place anybody low, like I'm so like my competitive nature is like such that like we're all going to win. Like we all are going to be bringing something really amazing to these competitions.
I do believe that Teresa said she's going to beat you. Ashley Jones said she's going to. I'm just playing. JB, go. JB, get some questions in, JB.
I think I'm speaking out of the hearts of the many, many millions of fans of you. And want to ask, how is your off season being done? What you did besides training, besides eating? What were you interested in? I think you were also being on powerlift competitions. What do you do on the off season break?
What do I do in my off season? I mean, I love to travel. I really love, getting out of my city, getting on the road. Like we went to New Orleans. We went to Chicago. Just getting out and do like I did like the most influencer thing ever in Chicago. Like we went to like a major jewelry debut, and it was like New York Fashion Week but in Chicago. So I still have to post that. It was just just so amazing to be like like rubbing elbows with people of this caliber. But yeah, I mean I'm there for my competitive team, like with my powerlifting side. I mean, of course, it is hard your growth season is your season, right? So if you're not using, it's a lot of pressure because like any day you can grow is
Yeah.
a day that's going to be on stage. Like this will echo through to the finish line, right? So your off season is your grow season. That's when you put it on. Of course, like a little balance of like peace and exploration, and of course, I'm a fan of my cemeteries and my spooky places. Of course, New Orleans fits in with that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to go travel again. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple,
When we see
By,
you travel, okay, JB, yeah.
by the way, it's your it's my question is a little bit provocative, but your husband is still happy with that. What's happening in the off season right now, or is it a little bit got the attention into the peak week now, or is it you just okay do your stuff? What is it about?
Oh, no, I mean, he is always there for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm extremely blessed to have the team that I have, the family that I have, the husband that I have. There was a time where we realized that Rising Phoenix had been moved.
Mhm.
Um, and we thought that, my husband wasn't actually going to be able to make it. And that would have been the first competition in my entire career, let alone, this is World Championships, invite only,
Mhm.
huge payouts at Rising Phoenix, and I'm like, I've never felt anything like that, being like, oh my gosh, I might have to do this by myself. How am I going to do it? So it worked out. He's going to be there. But it just reminded me on such a serious level, like just to be grateful for, like everything that he has helped me with. And of course, he makes sure that like, um, we need to make sure that we had the extra rooms at, for Rising Phoenix. Let's make sure we get our flights done, just stuff like that, because, your brain, you've
Yeah.
got so many things to take care of, and it's just easy for things to get off into orbit. So, I'm so thrilled. Yeah, no, he's happy. He's happy to see me. The bigger that I get,
Yeah.
he's like he knows that the healthier I am, the bigger I am, because, you know, what, 8 years ago, competition, I'd be so dieted down and, just waste away to nothing, So the shape that I get to be in now
Yeah.
when I'm seriously cutting is still, you know, it's just it's an evolution. Yeah.
Okay, so you
He
can see
enjoys
in
that.
your eyes that you are happier, so he is happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah,
I
okay.
mean, from the first years, I made sure to check with him, like, are you okay that, I'm going to be doing this? Like, I need to know that you're on board. And there was never a doubt, not like, oh, like, well, I should say don't do it. No, it was always 100% support, because he knew I had a gift,
So
and we're going to see this thing all the way through.
so fans out there, be supportive to your wife.
Yes, best friend. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, actually, today is I think the 16-year anniversary of our motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
So on this day, 2008, we almost died together. I've never been closer to another human being in my life. Like that is my soulmate. That is my literal ride or die. Like it doesn't get any more like on. I mean, this we almost lost each other, and we
Mm.
healed through all that.
Yeah.
It's like it's been kind of a. I didn't even realize it until I got home from the gym, and I'm like, oh my gosh, today.
Mm.
It's like some serious reflection and just being so grateful that I have him, that we have the life that we have now. Like it's a glow up.
What happened? I
Oh,
don't think
2008. Yeah.
yeah. Have you told that
I
story
mean, yeah,
before?
many years ago. Oh, well, I mean, a lot of people know it. It's because like they think that's how I got into bodybuilding,
Okay.
but I got into bodybuilding in 2006.
Okay.
Now it definitely helped me heal. But yeah, I mean, like right on one of our local highways, we were changing lanes, and there, like, we don't remember anything. We don't remember anything. But the story we were told was, just that a Buick was trying to switch lanes, and you're doing 75, and we just skidded all the way down the highway, and I mean, my jaw was wired shut, like a huge gash in my head that was like 25 staples. I was wearing a helmet. No, amazing. There was like still so much damage. I open book fracture on my pelvis. My foot was broken, and he was way more broken than me because he was the one in between the Buick and me. So he took all of the impact and was just crushed. And he lives with pain to this day. I'm very lucky that I got out of it with almost 100% recovery. But yeah, I mean, getting into bodybuilding in 2 years prior really helped me survive it because it was literally the worst thing that had ever happened to us. Most traumatizing, physically traumatizing thing, and of course, mentally, it's a lot to handle because you almost died. You literally, and you're watching your family, and we ended up having to go through bankruptcy because of the bills, and we went through the court system because what I'm saying. So it was a horrible time. But like, man, like seeing what we have now, and you're just like, life is amazing. And that's something like I'll never forget when I look at him, is like, I'll never be closer to another human being than that man. And he's there with me every single show. He knows. Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Wild.
A quick question I want to ask about. We saw you are with this big new brand. I see that are sponsoring a lot of shows. It's what is it called? What is it called? Uprising.
Mitt 45 and Uprising have teamed up. Yes.
So what we want to know, because female bodybuilding channel, we're in deep pain when we see the prize money at women's bodybuilding. It ruins our soul when we see those stinky $2,000 checks.
Yeah.
We've seen this company put a lot of money into wellness now, and I think classic and open bodybuilding. Is there any talks since they have you now? I think also, I don't know if it was Chelsea for a second or not, but is there any talks with the bosses that let's get some money into women's bodybuilding, do you think?
Let's see. Yeah, Chelsea Dion was in before I was, and she had the huge booth at the Olympia. So she had the huge poster that, I mean, wow, like just amazing. An incredibly ethical, strong company to be backed by. No doubt. The more I'm with them, the more I realize like this is how a company should be run. Now I'm not in on the decisions of like where those finances go. Right now I'm just trying to support the company because, man, they take great care of us, and I love that. It's not just like they're going across the board with athletes, so it's not just the guys. Like they got some female bodybuilders. They've got people that are really working. So I mean, it would be wonderful if they did, but they've been getting into sport, and Uprising specifically is kind of like our athlete side of Mitt 45. So Uprising is going to be kind of taking on the Olympia side of things and the bodybuilding angle. So I mean, we'll see,
because they're huge. They're really contributing a lot to the sport right now.
Yeah. It's amazing to see. They're putting their money where their mouth is.
That's for
They're changing the landscape for sure.
Rising Phoenix, Olympia. Do you have any plans of coming to Europe and compete? Like we fans of Europe, we're desperate to see Angie in Europe. I know you. I think are you 39 now, or how are you?
I just turned 40.
So we have the Master Olympias coming back next year. Is that something you would consider doing? I mean,
wow, yeah. I mean, I will talk to my coach about that. Yeah, I mean, it might take a little bit more sponsorship to get out there, but I wouldn't say no to that. Yeah,
because we
need about that.
Yeah. No, because we would really love to see you in Europe,
travel. Bodybuilding has taken me everywhere in my life. And I want to need to see more of the world. Like I know I'm meant to be traveling more. And even if it's just to come to for FIBO or whatever it is, I would really love to come out and enjoy just the bodybuilding scene, overseas. That would be amazing.
Come next year in April. It's FIBO time.
No,
Yeah.
Master Olympia. We
Offseason.
need to win some money and watch her in shape down there. We can't just go to FIBO, JB. We got to win some money. We got to be on stage and we got to see her shredded in Romania for the Master Olympia, JB.
Let me talk to my coach about that.
Expo.
That's exciting. Yeah. I don't know why I never thought of it. Yeah.
Peak Week is now Rising Phoenix. Angie, please. Some fans will like to see something new. How are you able to beat Andrea Shaw once and for all at this? Of course, it can be done. Any athlete can be beat, but
yes,
how can we do it at this Rising? We see you're bigger. We see the delts. We see the arm, JB. You see that she looks very healthy. She looks happy, clean skin, upper pec. We can see it. There's no. I want to be disrespectful to other people, but we love not these big implants. We love the real chest. We see it, and it's very refreshing with that real chest. I don't know. It's something about bodybuilding that we like to see the real chest. We don't need the anyway.
Yes.
How are we able to beat Andrea Shaw at this Rising Phoenix in just a couple of days?
I have not yet reached my full potential.
Okay,
that's what keeps me going. I know that this still hasn't even been my best yet.
No, yeah.
So I'm still improving, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have more room to grow. I still have more room to be more technically sound. Like it's not like I've topped out and I'm just gonna kind of like roll the dice.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still improving. I still have more room. You know, so it's gonna be somewhere in there. And I don't expect her to slip. So when I do beat her, it's going to be on one of her best days.
Yeah, there you go. JB, you should just end it up. Yeah, yes, because we don't see her slipping. You girls are, I think, 1 year apart, which is 1 year older than you, if even, like, I think she's 41. But you want to beat her at her best, at your best.
And that is exactly when people can put it side by side and they're like, that is it. And she deserves to have that. Unless you are undeniably better than the best stays the champion. That is just the benefit that the champion gets. They have earned that. She's very much earned that. So my only choice is to be better, to beat her, because she's not going to slip, and she's not going to give it to me. She, as a friend, as a competitive person, she is going to want me to take it from her fair and square. And that's going to be where the judges are going to decide.
It's JB.
And I'm ready.
It's not going to be like Ronnie Coleman getting injuries, so Jay Cutler came up. No, it's going to be the improvements are so good that, I just think this Rising Phoenix, JB. You're excited, JB, aren't you?
Yeah. Going to be the battle on stage.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. That's Brandon Ray. He's in your corner. Is he excited?
Yes. Oh my gosh, he's going to be there.
Ooh,
yeah,
cool.
Brandon is coming.
The first competition. Yeah, first competition of us ever actually being to be at the same competition at the same time.
Brandon hasn't been there before.
No, I just met him in person this year in June.
Wow.
I flew out to New Jersey. We trained together for 3 or 4 days. And man, that just charged me up so much, like, cause I have never in my life I've been personally trained maybe 3 times. And that was like last year, just getting ready for the shows, like just a couple of but I've never ever worked with my coach in person. And before Brandon, I was with Terry McBee for 7 years, and I never met her, let alone ever get trained by her. So this was a brand new experience for me. I flew to him, he ran me through all the training, and it just was, oh man, Did you learn
a lot?
I don't, well, I mean, of course I learned some stuff, but it was more the experience of just being trained, of someone being like, just do this, do that. Here's an idea. Let's add this. I didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just leave my phone in my fucking bag, excuse me, and just be told what to do. you know, like, and I've never had that. Just somebody like there watching me, helping me load my plates. They're not training. It's not like us training together. It's not about them. It was 100% about me. And I've never had that.
Oh,
I've been at this for 18 years.
oh,
Wow.
You
crazy.
know, so like for as much as I'm able to do by myself, God, it was just such a breath of fresh air. And I'm like, man, I need to fly back out there.
Yeah,
Fly back
definitely.
out there and do that again.
JB,
But yeah,
can you
no,
see
he's gonna be
this?
there. Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
JB, can you
First,
see the
first competition.
size?
My size, no.
Oh, not your size. Can you see, Angie? Can you see that? Oh, we some. But anyway, last thing, Angie. The routines at Rising is very special because it has a best posing award, but it
Oh,
is also a show where all the true fans of women's bodybuilding watch. So it's very prestigious to win it. Your routine usually is always amongst the 1, 2, top 3 routines, dramatic and like a little bit different. Do we have something exciting for the viewers for this Rising?
yeah, it's brand new. It's again, you know, I've never outsourced my performance pieces. It all has to come from me, even though it drives me absolutely insane putting them together. It's like I just slave over these projects to make this 1 2 minute piece of art that like I know comes completely from me.
Mm.
I mean that would be really amazing. I've won some best performance pieces awards in the past, and to have that happen this year would be amazing. Also, my performance video from last year, like the battery died in the middle of recording it, so I never got to really see it. And there were no pictures of me at the night show in performing in my night suit by myself. It was like
Mm.
all of that little area was just gone,
Oh,
right?
no.
And I mean, I searched for those pictures for like a year, so it was just kind of wild that, you know, that I didn't have that performance piece video. It just shit happens, you know. But it was just like it was kind of like this hole that now I need to like fill,
Yeah.
you know. Like I'm like, well, this year with the performance piece, like I'm gonna make sure that, you know, that I put 100% into it. And of course I'll get the video this time. So yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's the best part. It's the most horrible, like terrible part, but it's amazing.
I think it's really important to have because bodybuilding is an art form. It's not just being a bodybuilder on stage. You know, it's more for the people competing. It's art, and it's very important to keep that tradition alive. And you're doing a phenomenal job. And JB and myself, we're super excited, and we know
Yeah.
all the fans that watch women's bodybuilding. You're the absolute favorite to
Yeah.
to many of us when it comes to posing, also in physique. But when you put your physique with the posing, with the size, with the condition, with your own flair, style, hair, makeup, it's so different. And we can't wait for it. And I'm sure people we're gonna go into Wings of where do people buy the stream again, JB? Is it Wings of Strength or is it
It's going to be Wings of Strength, yeah, on their homepage, yeah.
homepage? Guys, very important to pay for the stream and not just look at Instagram, because the money goes back into Jake Wood and Wings of Strength, who are putting a lot of money into this. So it's important that they, and also that is it important for you girls to have the fans of women's bodybuilding not just right on Instagram, but like be a little bit active and pay for things. It's important to pay for some things, because that's how money,
Oh man.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. Like you might be like, well, where can I find it for free? And I'm like, please, like I understand that maybe it's a little bit more than you would want to pay, but you know, this sport funds itself, and it is so hard to, you know, to raise money, but we're providing this, you know, high quality stream for people to be able to kind of see it and to judge for themselves, because like, yeah, you can see photos, but man, watching it live, and like anytime, like if I'm at the Arnold or something and people are like, you know, we watched the live stream, I'm just like, thank you. Like that money does come back to the athletes. Of course they have, like, it's a production that they have to fund and create, but if you don't put money into it, like we can't have what we have. So I really hope that people will consider it and just you know, like, and then you can, you know, and then let us know that you saw it, and you know, it matters. It matters. I'd love for everyone to be there in person, because then you really can, you know, meet the athletes and really make a, you know, like you could say you were there and that you know what you saw. But the live stream is for the fans, so please take advantage of it.
Yeah. Before we go, end it with something inspirational to the fans. You look into the camera and then you hit some freaky most musculars for all the people watching female bodybuilding channel in peak week of the rising, because we want to see the muscle.
We on the spot. Let's see.
Yeah.
Rat.
Ooh. Watch it. Instagram.
JB.
Hey. Gonna be some damage, babe. Yo.
Okay, something for your fans. Not, you have a lot of fans of women's bodybuilding, but for your fans that are wanting to see you, that want you to win this rising, speak directly to them, please.
Man, I am so grateful for every single person that has left me a message on my Instagram, that has sent me a message in DM, because a lot of you guys, as the fans, have been watching this sport for like 20 years. And when I hear someone that has had that many years in the game come to me and tell me that they see something special in me, that they see the tradition living on in me and in my art, like, I'm just, geez, it hits my heart in such a way that it's like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, and people get it. And I'm so grateful to live the life that I am, and that this, I get to be this, I get to do this, and I'm making it happen. People are going to see a wild show. This is going to be fun. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that was a great interview. And I'm sure also, we got to get his name right, JB. Who is the best? How does he say his Instagram again? He loves Angie.
What?
The Instagram. Who is the what is his name?
What a lot of fans there.
Angie, what is the guy's name again that makes all the beautiful
women's bodybuilding edits?
Women's bodybuilding edits, yeah.
Women's bodybuilding edits? Yeah.
The guy from Asia, yeah.
Yeah. It might be WBBE now. Yes. He might have changed. He might have shortened it. But
_edits. People go there, check. He has a lot of Angio. He has a lot of Angio. He just changed your thumbnail with Linda Murray. I hope you're not too angry with that. But
he is no. But I try to let anybody who has made art on Instagram out of my image. Thank you. I get such a thrill out of that. I get such a kick out of it. I try to at least put it in my story or drop a thank you to let you know that I saw it, because you didn't have to take the time to do any of that. And I love that you did. It just I love it. I love it. I love the art.
Safe travels. Say hello to your husband. Say hello to Brandon, and stay healthy. Most important during peak week now, because we need to get that victory. Correct?
V for victory. Yes, sir. It's gonna be great.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you all there and in Phoenix. I know you guys are going to be covering it, so thank you. Thank you, JB. Thank you, AJ, for everything that you're doing for women's bodybuilding.
Thank you.
You guys have helped breathe life back into this sport when people are just ready to just keep stepping on us. And I'm so glad to have you guys on our team. Thank you.
Like Jake Wood, we will never give up. We will never give up. Yes, thank you.
And we're out.